It's the Date Master, and we're back. We're back. We're going to talk about the quintessential toxic relationship. And it's going to be a very interesting point on why I point this out on why her dating history matters. Again, I know we have surging platforms who are pretty much exposing the nature of female behavior, dating um, trends, etc., etc. And if you notice, most of the time when these women are put on the spot or interviewed and their relationship history or relationship status comes up, if you notice with most of the women, if not all of the women that you see come on these platforms that are single, they always have a history or an experience of a relationship being toxic. That's the new word. It used to be what was the old one? You got these terms broke and insecure. But toxic is the number one trending band-aid for females who have fair relationship after fair relationship. And let's break down what it means for the quintessential toxic relationship. They speak in these ambiguous terms. They don't really give accurate detail. It just got toxic, and I just couldn't take it no more and I left. Notice they they're the ones that's always leaving these toxic situations in which they perpetuate. It was all love. It was all love. It was all of this in a bag of chips until it was not bearing any fruit. These toxic relationships, yes, they're fun. The sex is going to be off the chain. You're going to have, some good moments. But the good does not outweigh the bad. Every week, I've too experienced my fair share of these type of encounters until I came to the understanding. And a lot of the times, the toxic relationships that you have are going to be with some of the most beautiful women. And there's a reason for that, because these beautiful women, shout out, like I said, Fresh and Fit, they point this out. And I said this a while ago. The badder the badder the bit, the bigger the bill. The badder she is, the more she's going to cost you, and not just financially, because these women have become so vain and so self-absorbed that their way is the only way that they know. They don't know how to deal in interpersonal relationships. They only know how to satisfy needs. So a lot of the times you see these girls falling out with one another, friend after friend, they're jumping from click to click, because they don't come into these friendships looking to elevate the next person or elevate the other person or other people in these relationships, because a friendship is also a relationship. It's also a relationship. And I say how they do one thing is how they would do how they do one thing is how they would do all things. So if you have a female and you got to do the vetting process properly, you need to find out how she gets along with her friends, where she ranks amongst her circle. And then you hear the constant posts here. They caught on. They stopped saying it now, but you used to see a lot of women say, "This is why I don't have female friends. This is why I don't have female friends," because they don't know how to enter relationships with the benefit of all parties involved. They only go into these relationships for personal and selfish reasons. So relationships only become toxic when they no longer can get their way. They're no longer getting the praise, the validation, and attention that they were once getting. So when they start acting out and start acting all emotional, sporadic, disrespectful, toxic, that is their becking call to get the validation that they're needing. They know acting a damn fool is going to prompt a response out of a weaker man, because only weak men deal in toxic relationships. But when you listen to these interviews and these platforms and you hear these women, I mean, call after call, call after call. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. He exposes this, and everybody has their niche. You have to pull and take what works and leave what doesn't. And you see these women with these rebuttals and this rhetoric. It was toxic. It was toxic, knowing that they themselves were the main perpetrator of the toxic behavior. Because when the questions start to get the right questions, once they're asked, you can't run from them. You'll start noticing the running when the I don't understand the question or the deflection, etc., etc. So her dating history matters to you. You need to vet. If you're looking to get in a relationship, this is only for you guys who straddle that fence. I know a lot of you want to be red pill, you want to be MGTOW and all of this, but you can't let the female go. Our nature doesn't make it an easy task. We just can't stop and put our sexual urges down and put our urges to be, you know, respected, and the sheer energy that a feminine woman can bring to you. We can't just let that go. So for the guys who are, looking to settle down, you're still on the other side of trying to see if you want to start a family and you're still dating, et cetera, which most of you are. You need to understand her dating history. Women have all these campaigns and shaming tactics. You need to study them. I think I may write something up about female shaming tactics and just shaming behavior, because whatever they feel is a weakness or a opportunity for them to be exposed, they're going to find a blanket band-aid to throw out to neutralize the argument or neutralize the conversation. You have this, a man shouldn't want to know a woman's body count. Well, if you're such a woman and feminine, your body count should not be a number that's off the charts. It should be something that you are proud to say. When these statistics come out, women being the black women in particular being the most educated, etc., they don't have no problem standing on those stats. When you look at abortion rate, you look at STD rate, you look at all of these things that really show and can be proven with the data, those numbers are irrelevant. It's all of a sudden, where did you get those numbers? Where did you get those? Who made those? The same people that made the black women are the most educated. But you never hear that question being asked when the context or the rhetoric is black women are the most educated and the biggest base of business owners. You don't get the question and the pushback now, do you? Let's start asking about body count, dating history. Now it's all of a sudden a problem because they know their dating history will speak to their present situation. So the quintessential toxic relationship is going to be in most of these women's resume because they love the energy. They love being in the seat to where when they act toxic and get all sporadic and out of pocket, they know all attention is on them, no matter if it's good or bad. They don't care. They just want the attention. They want the emotional rush because they have something to come down on, no pun intended. Once that emotional rush is reached or that emotional high is reached, now it's time to come down. These women play a mean game of hide and seek. They know how to hide the worst parts about them in ambiguity and vague responses and dumbfoundedness. They know how to maneuver your tactics. They know how to maneuver a lot of talking points that men have began to use to find out, who are you? What are you? She has a lot of guys that's that imprint, that emotional, that physical imprint. A lot of the times it was toxic. That's why she could no longer stay in it, because they can only stay in these toxic relationships for so long until they check out. Now they may stay physically due to the financial benefit. The guy may just be committed and he just may be one of those guys that doesn't want to leave his family because, again, let me guess, you made yourself a baby daddy. You made yourself a baby daddy and your baby mama crazy. And we as people, we saw this growing up, so therefore this is life. This is normal. I'm going to do another video. We're going to talk about the Oedipus complex, which is going to be a piggyback off of this particular video here. And it's going to show why men constantly choose toxic women. And it's normally because of their mother. The relationship they had with their mother was toxic. They seen their mother be toxic to their father, but they loved their mother so much because of the nurturing and the spoiling of the black male, which is very detrimental to his development. A spoiled black boy will grow up to be a woman's worst nightmare. I see this firsthand. But the toxic relationship is it's something like a trophy to a lot of women. They love speaking about it because at the first chance opportunity they get, this is why you really don't want to go into too much detail out the gate with the women that you're trying to vet and trying to see if you need to pursue it any further than what it already is. You don't want to go too deep because she's going to reveal to you why she's no good for you. She's going to rant and ramble about, how toxic the last relationship is. She's going to have very vivid memories because those feelings that she has, those fifis, if you will, they're attached to those memories and she cannot let them go. And before you decide to move past, your current situation, or it's just casual, recreational dating, you need to see how deep those feelings go, how much history she has with toxic relationships. If she has toxic relationship after toxic relationship, she may not be good for a relationship. She may be only good for a certain type of relationship with you. She may not be ready to be put in the driver's seat. She may still have to take the back seat. She may still be good for comfort and pleasure, but she may not be good to procreate and to build and settle with. Because this damage is in a lot of cases irreversible. This is where you get the spinster culture. They accept it. They accept the fact that they will not be in a relationship. So again, my previous video, they celebrate misandry. They celebrate the fact that they can deal with this guy and this guy, knowing that it's only a sexual escapade. It's not going to bring you any fruit. Yes, you'll get a few dinner dates. He'll bring some wings and a bottle of Douce to the crib. That's it. Maybe some green for you to smoke on. But that's it. You won't get any productivity out of the situation. So they're going to use this as a means to gloat, to show that they have some type of power in their future when it comes to men, when they really don't. Because these men will be temporary. They will come and go. They will come and go, of course. But this is the Date Master. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, like the video. I will be following up behind this one, and we're going to talk about this Oedipus complex in which a lot of men deal with when they're picking their women. But yeah, make sure you just like, comment, subscribe. Send me a topic. We'll chop it up. Y'all stay tuned for the next one. Peace.